visit London during state visits?
I will. I'm not a fan of your mayor. I think he's done a terrible job. The mayor of London, but a nasty person. I think he's done. I think he's a friend of mine. Right? No, I think he's done a terrible job. But I would certainly visit London.
Can you discuss the importance of free speech today?
Well, free speech is very important. I don't know if you're referring to any place in particular. Perhaps they are, but
we've had free speech for a very, very long time here, so we're very proud about that. It's about the boats coming over the channel, so we're taking a lot of action to stop people coming over the channel who shouldn't be here, stopping them coming in the first place.
Well, immigration is a big factor, and I think, frankly, if they're coming from other countries and you don't know who they are, and are they coming from prisons? We have them where they came in from prisons. We're moving them all out. We had a border last June, last month. We had 0 people come into the country, 0, other than coming through legal means. Europe is a much different place than it was just 5 years ago, 10 years ago. And they've got to get their act together. If they don't, you're not going to have Europe anymore as you know it, and you can't do that. This is a magnificent part of the world, and you cannot ruin it. You cannot let people come in here illegally. And what happens is there'll be murderers, there'll be drug dealers, there'll be all sorts of things that other countries don't want. And they send them to you, and they send them to us, and you've got to stop them. And I hear that you've taken a very strong stand on immigration, and taking a strong stand on immigration is imperative.
We have a lot of unhappy farmers in this country at the moment, and I'm sure the Prime Minister won't thank you for raising this. We've had changes to inheritance tax, which mean a lot of farmers feel they're going to lose their farms when they die or they can't touch. How important are farms to a country?
You mean they're going to lose the farm because of estate taxes? So I did something that I don't know if you can do, but it was great. I love our farmers. As you know, in our tax bill, we have a clause that's very important. We were losing a lot of farms to the banks because a loving mother and father would die and left their farm to their children or their child, but their children, their family. And they loved their family, and they thought they were doing them a favor, but they had a 50% tax to pay. So the land would get valued, and at a high number, because some of the farms were valuable, but they didn't, they couldn't quantify it. And they'd go out and borrow money to pay the estate tax, or the death tax, as it's called, and they'd overextend, and they'd lose the farm.
No. Our levels are nowhere near 50%. They're not. We've just introduced where it's paid over many years. Works out
well, that's good.
An extra 2% a year over 10 years. So it's not at those levels by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, we ended the estate tax. There is no estate tax on farmers.